Greetings all. It's me, Leslie Avant-Brown, coming back to you for another episode in the continuing our 10-year anniversary story. This one is called It Didn't Work. It's about a time in Blooming Willow's history where I was attempting to create a program for our public. I imagined it to be a space where people could gather to really get to know each other, to really have a space that was supportive of growth and healing. Yet when I got ready to write the description, I kept noticing there wasn't a lot of passion. There wasn't a lot of vision for what it was that I was creating and what I was inviting folks to. That should have been a message from the universe for me to pause. And yet, as an achiever, I pushed on. I had a time period set and it was time to create something new. And therefore, I pursued what should have been a pause. I created this program. I created all the language. I put it on the website. I had my marketing team send it out. I held informational sessions and I only had one person to show up. And their question was, what is this? What are you really offering people? At the time applications were due, I had 0 in my inbox. And so it really did create a moment to pause. What could have been seen as a failure, what could have been seen as a loss, for me was a moment of truth. An opportunity for me to dig deeper, to get clearer around what it was that I was wanting. And what I realized I was wanting was a space where I could grow, where I could be healed, where folks like myself could grow and be healed. I was hearing so much from my sister circle about how strong we had to be as Black women. And yet I knew the strength was only one part of our story. What if there was a space where our complexity was honored? What if there was a space where we didn't have to explain how the world saw us? What if there was a space where we could be held, where we weren't too big or too loud or too radical? That's when the Conductors for Black Women cohort was born. When I began to imagine it, it scared me to my core. And yet in that moment, I chose to really look fear in the face, to really ask myself the question of what was I afraid of? And I think at that moment, it became clear that I could do nothing else, that this was the program, that this was what was waiting to be born. So I ask you, beloved community, what is waiting to be born within you? Of course, I'll use this moment as a plug to say the Black women's cohort went over well. And we're now recruiting for our second cohort of Black women alongside of our All Aboard cohort. That is for folks who believe in liberation of all colors. So with this, it is an invitation. What's a loss? What's a failure? What's a moment to pause, but an opportunity to begin again? Be well, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.